Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back. We're here with game 2 of 3 Pump Jumps versus Chase Squad. I'm still Drachi. I'm still joined by Steven, but we've got a substitution on the caster desk. Greg decided to sleep like a noob, so instead we've got Elliot, some name that's hard to pronounce, Russo.
Hello.
How's it going?
Doing well. First time cast, so I'm excited to see how this goes.
To the briny deep.
So
Happy to have you.
Yes, I am happy as well. It's also always awesome to get some new casting blood, I guess.
If I want your opinion,
Yeah.
I'll beat it out of
Hold
you.
on. Again, just pronounce your summoner name real quick.
My name is Eruyan.
Uruyan. Okay. No one's allowed to mess up his name ever again. Anyway, we have swapped sides. 3 Pump Jumps are on the blue side and Chase Squad are on the red side. 3PC pulling out the win in the first game in quite convincing fashion.
Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit surprised by that. I didn't expect them to come out that strong. Did have a 2-0 week the very first week, but since then, I mean, obviously had a bye week, but we haven't seen much of them.
Yeah,
So that was very exciting.
they had the win, they had the bye week, and the only thing we've seen since then is us beating them.
True. And I can't say too much about that.
Besides GG, let's go with that. But
GGWP, boys.
oh my god. Anyway, team comps. We have kind of a bunch of same actually. Xankiss and Aki, same exact top matchup, and Bison still taking the mouse hard. Different junglers. Alusa picking up the Zac that is the highest pick ban, has the highest pick ban rate, I believe, and it is quite strong. It doesn't have the strongest win rate, I believe, but whatever. It's Zac. We know what Zac does.
No, I like that pick. I think the Zac is going to offer a lot more early game pressure than the Rex side necessarily, and I think that's what this team needs in order to try to get that early lead.
And also,
very true.
we should hope Lucida doesn't die at level 1.
We must all make our choices.
But Lugo had the Echo up, but opted to pick the Warwick instead.
Right.
So,
Well, the Echo was banned.
was Echo banned? Oh, right, Echo was banned. I don't have eyes.
And you're doing great for not having eyes.
I'm actually completely blind. I don't know how I've been casting the past 4 weeks.
So as of right now, my client bugged out, so I'm not in spectate right now. So I'll have to join after.
Oh.
Hopefully I can get in there.
Oh, okay, rip. Well, we got Witching Smoke actually picking up the Twitch, and Piper getting his hands on Xayah. And
Simplex getting the main.
Oh, we're gonna have to see what he does. There is a lot of CC for that Black Shield to block, and they first picked this, so CS picked the CC into this Morgana, but at least in the bot lane opting to counter with the Lulu.
I personally think that the Lulu Twitch lane does a little bit better than the Xayah. I'm confused now because now Morgana's the jump. What?
They have to be trolling. There is no way this is. But there's no. Literally no. Is Warwick support? Warwick support isn't a thing. Yeah, no. There we go.
Yeah, I'm actually very surprised they went for the Morgana first pick. That I don't know if that's like a reason for that. Is if does Adon Bell play Morgana a lot?
No, it's just Simplex's main, and I guess they didn't want it banned, and they needed to blind pick something, so they chose to blind pick the thing they wanted anyway.
Fair enough. I
don't know. I don't do pick bans for these guys. I only do pick bans for one team.
Dude, you don't even play on that team. What are you talking about?
I don't play. I just do pick bans.
Second stream.
You just do pick bans.
Hey, that's what coaches do in LCS, right? I guess I'm the coach now.
Very true.
Put me in, coach. Wait, I am the coach. I'll put myself in.
I'm back in spectate. Thank the Lord.
Oh, okay. But yeah, just looking at team comps. Just talk to me about these. Someone. 'Cause I don't have eyes and I don't know what champions they picked.
I mean, Robbie, we see the same matchup again in the top lane, so we're gonna have, I would imagine, very similar results. Probably gonna just be very even. I don't know if they'll necessarily go for kills. So we did see trades go back and forth either way. And then in the jungle, two completely new champions. So we know Lugo can perform well on almost any champion. So it's gonna be good to see if he can actually perform the same as he did last game. Hopefully, Lucida won't fall behind from that early kill. But the Zac definitely is gonna have some great team fight potential and great early ganks, just like the Warwick. So it'll be a good matchup. Mid lane, same sort of deal as last game, I would imagine. I mean, it's just going to be pretty much a farm lane. Maybe we'll see some early pressure from Lugo. And bot lane, I don't know the bot lane matchup. You know more about that than I do.
I mean, Twitch is terrible in lane, but Xayah, Morgana, if Morgana can lane the bind, then they can definitely pressure and get some nice damage, and Xayah can very easily follow up with the Q into the Feather recall, and I mean,
True.
a downvote on the Lulu can provide some early pressure for the Twitch, but yeah, I don't play Twitch, so I have no idea how this matchup goes that
I mean,
much.
what I do know about Twitch is that his laning phase is not terribly strong.
As in,
I mean,
it's
it's
pretty bad.
It's one of the weaker ones, yeah. So
It's not horrendous, but it's
exactly, yeah. I
not
think
good at all.
I think I'll probably just try to survive the lane, honestly. We know Twitch damage late game gets pretty ridiculous,
man.
so
But not to say Xayah's damage late game can't get ridiculous either, and she
well,
also
yeah, that's true.
she provides the nice utility with the boots she can provide with the feathers, the full team massive damagers.
Mhm.
No, the one game that Xayah got left up was against CPC, and so they know how the Xayah works. But we are winding down in the spectator delay. Predictions. Elliot, you're new. Congrats, you're on the spot. Go. Who do you think's going
Well,
this?
As far as the laning phase, I think 3 pump jumps has a huge advantage here. I think mid lane's going to be a little bit of a stall, if not a little bit more towards Guy Fieri, but I think overall laning phase would go to 3 pump chumps. As far as mid game, I could see it going a little bit even, but if 3 pump chumps keeps the snowball going with whatever champ, they can easily take it out for the win. But if it gets to late game, I think that Chase Squad has a pretty nice team fight, and I'm curious to see where that goes. So for my vote,
ultimately,
go ahead.
I was gonna ask you what your vote was. Ultimately, who do you
I,
think?
I,
You didn't provide a vote. You have
if
to
it
give a
goes to
vote.
late game, I would see it probably still going to stay with 3 pump chumps, but I'm not taking Shea Squad out of the condition yet.
That's not a vote. Pick someone.
you
You must
3
be
pump chumps.
firm. Okay.
must choose. I'd have to. I don't want to. I don't want to like back off my Chase Squad, man. I gave them the hype before, and I don't want to leave them in the dust now. So I'm gonna have to stick with them. I'm praying that Guy Fieri does me proud in the mid lane, plays Vladimir better than I ever could. So we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, but we are getting into game 2 of 3 pump jumps versus J Squad. Looking to see if J Squad can pull it back. I'm gonna give it to J Squad. I think they will. They're going to be hungry after losing that last game, and their team comp is actually pretty disgusting for team fights.
That's true.
PPC is good for team fights, but it's not disgusting. J Squad's is disgusting. Especially if they get this Infernal that's up first.
You do need to keep in mind, like we were just talking about. Oh, after last game, they're going to be hungry for the win. You also have to imagine what a 19-1 kill score like game would feel after losing a game like that. Like the morale of the team is it necessarily going to be as high as before, or maybe who knows, maybe they're like actually hungry, like coming back to like, oh, we're gonna kick their butts now. But maybe you never know, could go either way. Maybe they're kind of tilted, I don't know.
And you can imagine 3PC coming off of that 19-1 win are pretty
Exactly,
pumped
yeah.
themselves. I know, like from experience, after our pretty bad first week, and here we have a pause, of course.
Classic,
Mid
dude.
play in, but yeah, after like TSF after our first week where we lost, and then we came back and had a pretty dominant game against 9-inch torpedoes. Like we were pumped. Like Chris
Yeah,
can confirm
this is
this.
true. This is true. I mean, it goes to show that anything could happen. Like we came off that tough week with some nice wins, but again, that took time. It took a week before our next game to like kind of prepare and say, okay, next week we're not going to let the same thing happen. In this scenario, they only had a few minutes, so I'm not sure. I have no idea what they must be thinking right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna blow up chat real quick, see if I can figure out what's happening.
Looks like
Sal is sick.
Sal is sick. What does that mean?
I have allergies. Not to milk though. What?
Too much titties on you. Oh my god. Please hide chat. Disable chat.
It's going back down. we're nope, no more chat. Okay, more predictions. When will be the first game in PMA LCS we don't have a pause?
Week 7.
I'm gonna predict it's gonna be our game next week.
Okay, I'm gonna predict never. I think every single game will have a pause. Boom. God.
We have a question for the viewers.
Oh.
From Hyper, he says, "Have you ever wished you were a bird?"
I think that having the wings would be great, but just imagine that body transformation. You'd have to lose so much weight.
And here we have Elliot over dissecting a
Yes, I wish I was a
question.
bird. There you go. Done.
Dear God,
I mean,
Elliot,
Piper does have a point. He brought this up. He says you can fly and you can shit on top of cars and not get arrested for it. I mean, that is pristine. That is truly one of the greatest things that comes out of being a bird. You get to poop on cars and not be arrested. Looks like they're ready. So
Okay.
we're gonna have an unpause pretty soon.
Okay, so we get to stop talking about shitting on cars and not getting arrested, apparently. Chris, what?
That's what Piper said, man. Don't ask me.
Okay, how does Piper's mind produce? Actually, it's Piper. Never mind, I answered that
Yeah,
question.
I don't know how you asked that question.
I already answered that question. It's not even 2 in the morning yet, and this cast has already devolved. We're getting back in the game. Unpause. Piper's tiny Zaya mastery. That's cute. Ha. Level 4 Zaya mastery. Ha.
Could allergic to milk actually be imp? I think allergic to milk is actually imp.
Why?
Because he's got the skin, man. It's imp himself.
It is. Wow. I blame Elliot for this cast evolving. We don't have Greg here anymore to keep
What
it
did I
under
do?
control. You're not Greg. That's what you did.
So we're actually seeing the 2 starts from the junglers. It looks like Lugo opted for red buff start, and it looks like Lucida opted for the Raptor start. But ultimately, the timing should be pretty close to the same because actually looks like Lugo got out with the advantage there.
Yeah. No level 1 shenanigans this time. No. No invades, no summoner spells burned. It is 2:30 in, and we have all summoner spells up. But not all health up because of Donvale being tagged by the Dark Binding.
Oh, Lucida took a lot of damage from that clear.
No, he didn't have a leash, did he?
No. Oh yeah, you didn't have a leash, Xanacus. Xanacus didn't come down and leash him, and Guy Fury can't really leash over the wall that well.
He's going to be at a huge disadvantage, it looks like. He's going to probably drop down in clear speed here.
Yeah, he's still whacking away at wolves. He does have the blobs to stay healthy, but Yeah, and with Warwick, classically the jungler that just has insane sustain. But oh, Xanac is missing the Justice Punch, but getting the taunt on Acute is coming out on the actually not quite worst end of that trade. The hyper proc damage doing quite a bit of work, but just some damage trade back, and they're just gonna heal with bots.
Looks like we got some invading going on. Lugo actually went top side to Krugs.
Oh, yep, he's here at red side. Krug's not gonna die to them this time. No threat of an exosuit. Which is an ambush form. Is gonna use that W onto Simplex, but it's taking all damage back. The root is not landing from Piper. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Aki gets knocked by a Justice Punch. He's almost Mega Knife for me. He's almost gonna go down.
Candy Flash
Coming, he first blood solo kill for Xanax, but here comes Lugo. Flashes out. He gets out alive. Nicely done by Xanakis, and Lugo committed the flash and doesn't get the kill back.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate for Lugo there. He loses his flash.
Well, in the middle lane, Elusa getting onto Bison, and Bison is gonna flash away. Guy Fury is not gonna quite have the damage. The Ignite did go down. Guy Fury burned both summoners to just the one of Bison. A bit much from the middle laner, but Bison's gonna not back quite, but is at a health disadvantage now.
Looks like Zach's trying to look for something in the bot lane.
Oh yeah, no, Elusa is just all over the map. He does not land the Elastic Slingshot, but is gonna also not gonna slam together Piper and Simplex. Simplex just gonna flash away. But no summoner spells burned on that gang, so that's just getting the flash and the heal from Piper actually.
And we're seeing that CS lead starting to grow in the jungle. That's exactly what I was talking about.
Oh
The
wow.
blue speed from the Warwick, yeah. It's huge.
Yeah, he's 300 gold up over Elusa already actually. Elusa has been ganking more and has been blowing summoner spells, so if he can make something happen out of that, then he should be able to snowball, but right now Lugo is the one in control.
It looks like the summoner spells are actually pretty even. Mid lane, both flashes are down because they tried to flash to get that kill. Even the jungle and top still have, I mean, if you swap them around, they each have one flash missing.
I keep jumping in, gonna land the stun onto Xanakis, but he is taking a lot of damage in return. That slam down, and Elusa is not gonna quite land the Elastic Slingshot. He is going and forces the flash from Aku. Nicely done. There we go, yet another gank that burns summoner spells from Elusa, but in response to that, DPC are going to pick up this drag. Elusa not going for the dive Bison. Actually,
Teleport's coming in.
Yeah, he's TPing it just to secure this drag. It is Infernal. Meanwhile, the top lane Xanakis solo kills Aki yet again. Oh my, I'm so sorry I panned away from that, guys.
I'm actually very impressed so far with Xanakis' play on the Galio both games in a row. He's really showing up, whereas before in the mid lane he was always shut down pretty hard. But it looks like he's being able to pop off in the top lane. Like he's doing pretty well for himself.
Yeah, he's being really proactive on this Galio in this lane. When in the mid lane he's playing Orianna, he's just like, okay, sit back and farm, just try not to get too far behind, don't die. Here he's making plays and 2 solo kills this game. He's showing up big.
I also want to comment on the Zac.
I would like to comment on how Donbell is getting bound up by Simplex, but he's gonna just shield himself up. And Simplex actually coming out on the worst end of that, but lands another bind onto a Donbell, but that Hicks damage is just so much, and again, Simplex walking out that trade with less health.
Right, so I was saying something about the Zac. Basically, I was talking about how last game we saw the same sort of thing. He burned summer spells on his ganks, but didn't get any kills for it. And Greg was mentioning that, and that could end up costing them later on in this game, even though they already have the 2 kills top lane. Those failed ganks, well, not failed, but those ganks that are unable to get the kills might end up resulting in a lead that doesn't work out.
Yeah, oh, Bison gonna use the ult down onto Guy Fieri, but here comes the swing shot from Lusa. Is gonna let's bounce him back. Guy Fieri is gonna pick up that kill. There's the game. Oh, Lugo flash ulting in onto Guy Fieri is gonna take him down now. Lucida has to run, getting feared up. Is he gonna go down? He still has the passive. Yep, passive pops. 2 of the mobs are under tower, so yep, Lugo's gonna take tower shot, but no, nicely done with the smite and just popping in the tower range, and that's 2 kills to 1. Or 3PC double kill for Lugo.
It's very well played there. Lugo knows exactly the limitations. He flash ulted, he knew the pool was down, and was able to get the fear off right after, get the Zac into range. It's a great play.
Yeah. Oh, Allergic to Milk. Allergic to Milk going stealth. Actually, is going to go down immediately onto Piper, and Twitch is just going to open up Simply. So much damage, but there's the Feather Recall on Allergic to Milk. He's going to go down the Piper. Flash forward from Piper, not needed. Donville is not going to get rid of the Feather Recall, not. Still on cooldown. Simplex so close to going down, but Piper the one getting the kill there.
Was the Lulu ult up for that fight?
It's still up, yeah. He just didn't use it on Allergic to Milk.
That's curious. I'm gonna check back on that replay, because did he get level 6 mid fight?
Go check, yeah.
Yeah, he was level 5 when they engaged that fight. Didn't pick up
okay.
level 6 until the minion right behind him died. Right when the Twitch.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
So the Twitch dies, and then half a second later he gets level 6. That's unfortunate.
Oh man, unlucky. That's just no Lugo just saying here he wants to make a gank happen onto Guy Fieri, because all this up, but Melusa is also hovering around here. Lugo gonna show himself, and there's the suppression coming out onto Guy Fieri, but the knockup actually
gonna go right from
cancel
Zac, no
Lugo,
passive.
but Zac is gonna go down the Bison. No passive, the Space Aid's doing work, and now Guy Fieri's in 1v2. Lugo keeps going. Gonna get the kill on him, and here's the ult from Guy Fieri. That's going actually over the wall, and he's gonna get a nice heal, and they're gonna chase him through the jungle, but here comes the cavalry. Allergic to Milk. Oh, doesn't quite get the right
Pops the
pathing.
Twitch ult.
I think he meant to just keep pathing towards Lugo, like through the wall, but he ended up pathing away around the wall, so Lugo gets out alive. Just small mechanical mistake from Allergic to Milk, costing the kill. On the top, Xanax is just beasting on Akayu. Trade's not even really that close.
It looks like he's going for the same build again to the Gnar.
Yeah, I still don't agree with it, but and he is 13 CS down, but I mean 2 solo kills. But
I think
in the meantime, the rest of his team is down actually 1.5k gold. So
this is
I
true.
don't know.
He does have the items earlier than he did last game, so it's actually, I think that's why the trade's going more in his favor. Obviously now he has the item advantage, so maybe it's working out, who knows.
Yeah, Piper actually with the, was that like the 15 CS lead over Allergic to Milk, and the Belling Bison with a small CS lead over Guy Fieri, so these carries of 3PC showing up big, and of course Lugo with his massive over double the CS of Elucida, and is sitting on a 1k gold lead over Lucida just by himself. Oh, but flash forwards from Ziplock's gonna get the root onto 2, and yep, Allergic to Milk
Get this done. Oh.
has nowhere to go. Piper picking back hill, and there's the Dark Binding onto a Donbell, and here comes the Lugo. Gonna wild growth himself, not gonna stay alive. Yep, there's the Feather Recall double kill for Piper.
No, I was a little bit surprised there. I thought Lugo, that's the second time he's done that. Last game he did the same thing. He ignored the support and went straight for the AD carry, even though I would assume his team would pick up the kill. They still got both kills, But I don't know. Maybe he just opts to go for the assist on the AD carry regardless.
Just opting to make sure that kill comes through and is more important. I don't know, Elliot, you're a jungler. Give us some insight.
I am a jungler. When it comes to that gank, I usually have the mentality of going for the ADC. With this type of bot lane, with them both being kind of squishier champs, I go for the one that normally does the most damage.
Yeah, Aki jumping in onto Xanthicus, but again, he's just taking less damage. Oh, the binding barely missing on allergic milk. They probably couldn't have committed to that anyway, but
Yeah, I think what I was curious about most from that gank was actually they knew Twitch didn't have flash, so that's why I was wondering, because there was no way Twitch was getting out there. Already
now,
used so
now Xanthicus is one taking plenty of damage from the hyper procs. His one auto like flashes. Why would you bother? The auto flying through the air. Xanthicus going now get solo killed by Aki, and that's gonna just propel him forward even more. But here comes the elastic slingshot, knocks him out of the air, and there we go. Lucida picking up the return kill.
And that's the first kind of early pressure that, well, not the first, but it's definitely part of the early pressure that Lucida is starting to make this game that he didn't have last game. So we'll see how that actually could work out very nicely. Maybe they'll turn it around this time.
Yeah, and I know Elliot mentioned it in Champ Select, but if this stalls out the late game, Chase Squad will definitely have the team fights. They have the hyper carry into Twitch, and Guy Fury can melt Xayah, and Lucida and Xanthicus will just be so tanky. So
I mean, this is true. It's the team fights. They're probably going to go in the favor of Chase Squad. But I would imagine that it's going to be pretty close because both teams have great scaling in terms of their carries. The Xayah, the Malzahar, even the Gnar scales pretty well.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's not hard out scaling from Chase Squad. It's just a little bit of an edge, and if they do get to 6 items, it's like, okay, well, we have a Twitch who's gonna melt the entire team, so. Is Rift Herald? I don't think has anyone even pinged towards Rift Herald? It's just being ignored this game for the most part. Lugo
I could see it being contested right at about 18 minutes.
Yeah, they're just like, teams are just like, oh shit, Herald exists, let's go.
I think Lugo's going to go for one more recall after this bottom lane gank, and then he's going to go straight to Herald. That's usually the move for him. He goes for the jungle item, and then goes straight for the second item, and then goes for Herald.
Yeah, the root gonna land on the Donbell. He just eats so much damage. Just Xayah doing so much work. Donbell almost going down. There's the flash out from Lugo. Picks up the kill. He's on the killing spree. Allergic Milk is alone on this tower. The binding hits, and Lugo just has so much damage. Double kill for the Warwick. The Cinderhulk Tiamat build, and still Warwick just does too much damage. Alusta hanging around the side. He's gonna go for the leap in. Why not try to save the tower? And he is almost not gonna take down Lugo and not gonna land the Lex bounce. Heal from Piper saving Lugo's life. Unfortunate for Elucida.
Does save the tower there, but very unfortunate he couldn't pick up that kill. That would have been great shutdown gold.
Neck is diving in again. We're just gonna see this wet noodle fight happen over and over. Wet noodle fight.
So yep, Lugo grabs the pieces. He's almost at the Titanic Hydra, not quite. And I think he's gonna go for some clear, and then probably the top lane pressure or the Rift Herald.
We'll see what he opts to do with that. We know if those pings are not on Rift Herald. We do finally have some ward coverage in that area. But, oh, the binding, ooh. A little awkward angle on the binding, but still almost ends up being a Donbell. And
Top lane still doing
top lane, we're still doing the slapping each other with wet noodle thing. Welcome to the tank meta. Oh, the root actually landed on allergic to milk, so he just stealths away now. Yeah, Bison actually, as we pan to the mid lane, Bison actually still holding his own against Guy Fieri. He now has now has a 20 CS lead over the Vladimir. He and Piper both are doing very well for themselves in their first games, or first series on these new roles. Oh my god.
Got another pause, pink spike from Piper.
Oh. It's fine. You can still orb walk on 200 ping.
And they're gonna start anyway, so they're getting back into the game. Quick pause.
Real quick pause.
Oh wait, actually,
So, well,
are they starting?
So-
No. My bad. Misread that.
legitimately orb walking on 200 ping is the worst thing you can possibly do. Actually, while we're frozen, I just noticed Acute actually maxed the W first on Gnar rather than the Q. I think, isn't it? It's generally agreed on to max Q first on Gnar, right?
Don't ask me, I wouldn't know.
Okay.
It depends. I personally, I max Q into matchups that are against like into like Darius, into matchups that deal a bit more damage. The W better for tankier, like Galio, obviously. So is he going for what is he going for this game?
He went for W max.
Yeah. Okay. So that
Okay,
I think I understand that logic because it's the
Okay.
Galio has
gotcha.
the armor item first item. Obviously, he wants the magic damage for the percent health. That's probably what he's looking for.
Okay. The more you know. Jaws of the Beast. I am not going to call that's Warwick's Q. Today I learned.
Interesting.
I don't want to blow up chat after what happened last time. What's the status?
Currently no updates. Okay, actually just got an update. They are ready to go.
Oh, okay. So
And Unpause should be starting. Unpause will be in 5 seconds.
We're done here. Unpause.
So, unpause right now.
Unpause. There we go. And yep, we are back. Yeah, Lugo is now hovering around this Rift Herald area. Is gonna go. Looks like he's indecisive. He's now going down to mid lane actually. Does find the pink ward, so the choice he makes is not the choice that will get him anything.
Looks like they're gonna try to get more vision onto the Herald.
Yeah, and they're pinging down onto Xanacus. They want to catch him out. The stun does catch him out. Akut then slams him into the wall of the Gnarl and just chain CC for days. Xanacus is still tanky, but he's going to go down. Akut picking up that kill nicely chain CC from the top jungle. And meanwhile, Musa diving in onto Viper. He's gonna not quite right. Let's bounce. Just gonna knock him up. Viper using the Feather Recall actually quite well, and here comes Elusive in. He wants to go forward. Guy Fury is now in the fight, flashes onto Piper. Gonna get the kill eventually with that ult. And Suplex flashing back, shut down. That's a big one.
Should be a double kill
Guy
right
Fury
there.
isn't gonna get it. Oh, he gets suppressed under tower.
Oh, that's Aki. Oh.
Oh, and now a Donvel.
Lulu goes down
What
too.
a Donvel with the weird flash. So 2 for 2 overall. Double kills for Bison and for Guy Fieri.
So
Curious. Saw the
Clown
question.
Fiesta going on.
Clown Fiesta, boys. The best kinds of games. Yeah, for first start finally going down almost at 20 minutes. Going Bison.
Also,
Getting that solo
like,
push, but meanwhile,
Dragon.
Allergic to Milk is contesting with Lugo for his dragon. It's just, oh my god.
Wow, look at that
Warwick
damage.
damage.
Doesn't have mana
That
though.
cute Tiamat combo. Half health and
Yeah, who's gonna get this dragon? It is gonna be Lugo. Steals it right from Usto. Usto flashes out. He's
got the
gonna
higher
get out there
percentage.
safely, but meanwhile on the top lane, Xanacus is gonna go down for Akiyun, and the rest of 3DC are gonna just leap onto Usto. That is a dead Zac. Goes into blobs, but it's not quite at the back.
We
Gonna
saw
go
this
down.
happen.
There we go. And
Seconds go down.
Lugo's unstoppable, making things happen again this game.
And we saw this matchup happen in the top lane just like last game. It took a little while. Obviously, Xanacus picks up the early kills. The Galio definitely has the higher damage in the first few levels. But once he maxes out the W and picks up the Black Cleaver, the Gnar starts winning the fights, and he's already back up to even his score.
Up and Gnar getting engaged onto and caught out a little bit. Bell and Bison is here for backup, so we're all good. Other turret goes down in the bot lane, so it's 3 turrets to 0, and now we've hit a 10k gold lead at 21 minutes this time when we had 26 last game.
So now that things are simmering down a little bit, what can Chase Squad do to come back from this?
All the 6 items, that's like all I got. It's gonna be forever to get there, but all the 6 items, that's about all they can hope to do at this point on.
They really need to shut down on Lugo, honestly. That's going to be the priority for them. They can shut down Lugo and probably try to make some picks with like the Twitch, going into the jungle, maybe trying to pick out some kind of kill. I don't know. It's going to be hard. He's 0-3, so he doesn't have much of an advantage on anyone.
And we do have pressure. Ooh, Boomerang barely missing Xanacus. But we do have now the AD carry, Imp himself, quote unquote, pressuring this top lane tower while bottom lane Pump Jumps have stuck around that bottom lane.
Actually changed my mind. It's no longer Imp because Imp would never die.
I mean, he has died.
No, Imp is the unkillable demon.
Wait. Okay, I'm just gonna sit here confused with Zivan while Piper gets dove on, and also allergic to milk. All barely missing actually from Lugo, and Piper not gonna quite go down. There's the feathers, not gonna get recalled, but Lugo still picked up the kill. He is dominating in the mid lane. The 3v4 actually, ZPC fed off the disadvantageous team fight from Chase
They
Squad,
put down the
Guy
Herald bot lane.
Guy Fury goes back in onto 3, the only lines ult onto 2 is gonna get a nice heal up, and meanwhile Xanacus wants to keep going forward, gets a Gnar on all 3 but doesn't have the backing from the Vladimir. He's on too low health, gets Gnar ulted into one. Bison's gonna pick him up. Xanacus up next. Double kill for Bison.
And we saw this happen multiple times. The Gnar, every time it gets out of laning phase, moves to group with the team. That happened last game. Got huge Gnar ults, huge stuns, and then wins the team fights. And then they also picked up the bot tower. I don't know if you saw, Lugo actually put down the Herald and the bot tower.
Saw a notification pop up, but yeah, they're just getting more towers. Now 14k gold lead. These leads are snowballing out of control, and now they're looking at this top lane tower. They have the wave there. And they have an Elusa that they might want to kill. He is alone under his tower. It's a 1v4. He's gonna die. Like, yep, there's the deer. Who's gonna pick it up? Lugo is godlike. Pretty much story of this game.
And this is exactly, I mean, I knew Lugo played jungle, but I couldn't imagine like that he's actually performing better than I thought. I expected a decent
diving in on the guy here, and there just comes all the damage too. Instant kills, Piper taking down Donvel, and then the Lugo blowing up the Twitch. Double kill for Lugo, and also double kill for Piper, and that's a ace, and they're getting this top lane inhib. They don't have the wave to end quite, but they do have the inhib, and they start looking to set up some Baron.
Baron is up as well. They're gonna go for the inhib and Baron, I believe. That would be the call.
Yeah, top lane inhib does go down. They do back off. They opt not to go for mid lane. Actually, Aki is heading down there to push that out. They're just gonna back. Simplex is kind of low, but you have to imagine Baron's up next.
That's curious. I think they could have gone for the Baron. They do have a Mountain Drake and an Infernal Drake, and they had 2 players still down on the side of my bad, Chase Squad. So interesting.
Interesting.
There's another Mountain Drake spawning soon.
906 for Lugo. Jesus. This Warwick is massive. Actually, he picked up the Trinity Force and finished Titanic Hydra.
Yeah, but where's his skin? I mean, he doesn't have a skin, so...
True. New player. No, he's right. It's the telltale sign of a noob Warwick.
Oh my god. The telltale sign of a noob was when you were playing old Warwick.
Those are the best Warwicks, man. There was no skill with that. No, but I am quite interested with the Triforce build on the Warwick. You don't really see many Warwicks building them.
That's the second time he's built Triforce. He built it on the Echo as well. So maybe he's just going for these
He
Triforce builds, trying to get some tower pressure.
wants to do tons of damage. I hear he pulling out of the catch, and Aki just getting in on the back line. It's not mega quite yet, but there's just no damage for Chase Squad. Lugo is a legendary Echo who takes down I Fury off to the side, and now Lusa something doesn't quite get the hop over the wall, and he's going down, put in the blobs. There we go, Piper gonna pick up that kill. Electric to Milk the only one left alive, and that is
He should be
Barry for
going
3
down
pump
too,
jumps.
though.
Yeah, he's pushing mid. He's got Naki on his way to him.
Oh, misses the double jump, unfortunately.
Naki is going to chase him down, and we're going to see the come out. Allergic to Milk does have some nice damage with the spray and pray, but yup, there's the proc from Aki. Nice solo kill for him.
You already see those minions taking out that base. Now they're just gonna run it right down mid lane. They got waves bot lane that are. Is it slow pushing? They have bot lane slow pushing. So the wave's gonna meet up with them bot lane once they get this mid lane. It's not looking too good.
Yeah, they get. Oh. Once I figure out my camera, yeah, they're gonna get the mid lane tower, and top lane inhibs pushing in. There's a teleport
Yeah, there's the
actually from
TP, yeah.
Aki, just going down to the bottom lane. They want to get this. They want to just end this game right now. Not right
Lugo
now,
goes
but
right
soon.
onto the
But
Lugo.
Donfeld does get caught out, forced to burn the wild goes on himself. But Lugo is just on his tail. He is a legendary 10 and 0.
12-0 and
12 and 0.
7.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Good night.
But there's the gnarled. The allergic to milk just gets destroyed. This has to be the final team fight. Lugo's just 1v3 on the back line. This is gonna force Guy Fury to throw the belt. There we go. He gets another kill going twice, and
Should be 2 kills there.
Dominic flashes out and stays alive. That's gonna be an inhibit. That's going to be game 4-3 PC.
Truly impressive performance from Lugo. Wow, that's his jungle performances tonight have just been phenomenal.
Great showing from the newly revamped rules on the roster for 3PC. 2-0 over Chase Squad. GG.
That is a scary team to deal with. I am glad we did not play them when Lugo was jungle.
Yeah, yeah, a little bit.
I mean, just let's look at that damage charts, my man. Actually, Lugo barely beating out the Gnar.
Really? Oh wow. So to MVP.
I mean, I don't know if there's really a question here.
It's obviously Simplex.
Those Qs, man.
I mean, he did play very well. He kept on hitting those Qs. But do you have the straw pool?
Yeah, I'm posting it now.
For me, I got to give my vote to the Big Bad Wolf. He
Yeah, I mean,
provided a lot of early game pressure. He had an amazing amount of CS early game, and he just took it home.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the second one also to Lugo. He just went off. He was mad this game. Not mad. He I guess he knew he had something to prove just with the role swap and everything. So yeah, there we go. And I did just post the MVP poll. So I will post the results from that in just a few minutes. We'll see how it goes, but we will get Lugo, and we actually have a new thing of actually getting the losing captain down into the interview, just so they can talk about like maybe things to improve on. But we will be getting the interview going in just a moment.
yeah, we get Lugo. I'll have him jump down.
Hello?
Oh,
How's it going?
we're being invaded, so we're gonna jump to another
We're
channel.
gonna jump to the player of the game.
That, yeah.
Luke is already here.
Okay. Piper, get out. What are you doing?
I'm the captain.
I thought it was just losing captain.
Of the losing
Losing
team.
captain.
Losing captain. Piper,
Get
if you don't
outta
get out,
here,
I'm muting you.
I know you're not MVP from those games. I watched you play.
I watched you play.
Damn.
Damn it, fuck you.
Oh, he got me.
Okay. So he is gone, so... Yeah, Lugo.
Looks like Lugo's taking MVP number 2
Yeah,
also.
I'm just gonna call it right now. I don't see full results. And there we go. Lugo getting both MVPs.
Neat.
Congrats on the 2-0 and congrats on the
Thank
both
you.
MVPs. So
Something like
yeah.
I'm just like personally really proud of. I didn't die either game.
Oh my god.
I know.
Oh my god.
It was so
Really?
close to
With the
When
Echo
you were-
dive.
no, well that, but on the Warwick game,
Oh yeah.
when you counter ganked and or no, we were setting up a counter gank, but my ult was still on like 12 seconds, so we were trying to wait it out, and then you jumped on
Yeah.
us too soon. And then like we were close, but we just didn't have. We weren't able to make it happen.
Yeah. And like honestly, Warwick's like one of my least favorite champs just because I think he's really easy.
He's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Your whole team comp was stupid. Fucking Malzahar, all I do is just get shoved in the tower. Like,
Yeah.
I couldn't
Um,
roam at all. It felt bad.
Yeah, I was surprised you guys let through the Echo the first game.
Well, I didn't think you jungle on it. Like,
Yeah.
I knew you played it, but I didn't see you jungling it.
So like
Honestly,
looking at my past history is a bit misleading because when I switched over to jungle, I immediately picked up my Smurf and was like, okay, solo queue. And
Oh
I've
my
just
God.
been spamming out solo queue on my Smurf. I went from like silver 1 and I'm now in my promos to like gold 1.
well,
And like I'm running a 65% win rate on jungling. It's just I'm only
Dang.
jungling and this is kind of like a selfish plug, but like I stream it if you guys want to watch my stream. This is fast. This is Lugo. I'm obviously not streaming now during the games because like really like shitty competitiveness. But like if you guys like selfish plug want to watch my stream, want to see how I like what I do, how I like learn this stuff, it's like go check it out. But yeah, like when I saw the Cinderhulk updates, I really like immediately thought Echo is gonna be back in the jungle. And like I tried originally running the what's the AP jungle item?
I forget the name of
Runic
it off the
Echoes.
top of my head.
Runic Echoes.
Yeah, I originally tried Runic Echo, and like I found that he had like, such a difficult clear, and you were basically forced to buy the Hunter potion. And then I tried the Cinder Hulk or the Cinder Bomb, and it's just really powerful right now. Mainly because you can take Krugs and you can take Raptors incredibly efficiently. It's just super easy, and they give a lot of experience. And I used to shy away from those two camps, and now I'm very much into those two camps because of the Cinder Hulk.
Dude,
And-
I feel you on that because like when I'm playing Nunu, Raptors are so easy with Cinderhulk. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I feel you on that.
And so, like, I knew Cinderhulk is busted right now, and I'm really abusing it. And I'm waiting for the pro scene to see the Echo jungle potential.
You think it's that good that the pro scenes will pick it up again?
Yeah, like it has a pretty decent like early game gank. I just couldn't find like an early pick, and it has like huge team fight potential. Obviously,
Yeah.
I could have done a different route, but I enjoyed the attack speed because running
A Triforce, right?
Triforce.
Triforce death of the grasping death. What is
Yeah.
it?
Grasp
Gra-
the Undying.
Yeah, grasping the undying. Just because the attack speed like procs it constantly in your tank anyway, so it's just
Right.
a lot of heal, and he's a very in and out champion anyway. So it allows him for disengage, engage, and continuous fighting.
So,
Cool.
Chris.
We actually just got a ton of insight there. I just had a couple questions. Well, not a couple. I had one question. I was wondering, like, I know you play Echo in the mid lane like a lot.
Yeah.
And you obviously just mentioned why you picked it jungle. Was that your plan like all along? Did you like were you thinking the whole time like Echo jungle is going to be something I'm looking to pick like in this week's matches, or was that just kind of like you realized it last second like, hey, I play Echo all the time and Cinderhulk's back?
Rip.
Rip. Rip indeed.
And
What just happened?
obviously, I did cut out.
You cut out. Yeah, just start over.
Okay, so when the
What
Cinder
are you here?
Bomb update happened, I knew that was a very good start to experiment with, and so I started looking into like, is it better than Runic Echo? And then like it was blatantly better. And then I started like experimenting with builds. Like this wasn't just something like, oh, it's good. I had to experiment with runes, masteries, and just like trial and error, seeing how like things worked in like the game mode where you can experiment on. I did a lot of experimenting.
Practice
Yeah,
modes.
practice mode. I did a lot of practice mode. I did a lot of ranked on my Smurf, just like getting it fine tuned.
And I had one more question about the Echo. You built Phantom Dancer. Is that like something you tried out and it worked pretty well? Is that
Yeah, so the Phantom Dancer allows it gives you more, allows you to dive in to the turrets when, especially like late game when they're diving into their base and they have a bunch of minions. It just gives, it still gives you like the in and out
right? Yeah.
mobility. So just like it overall is just for mobility and kiting potential. Like specifically against that Corki and Ezreal who have that like jump back, it allows me to stick on them better.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been requested to ask, why did y'all role swap?
So
Ooh, though, because there were two teams that roll swapped that game.
So we were having some frustrations with like our specifically damage. Our bot lane was having a bit of struggles, and then I was not able to shot call efficiently because I was pretty focused on like CSing in mid lane, and we found that moving me to the jungle and Piper to the bot lane, and then putting John back on mid, because that is his main role. It was much more comfortable, and it allowed me to shot call like a lot. Like a good blatant shot call that was made was that early Infernal Drake being very like we were in position and I just said go, and it was very easy for me to see that because like I wasn't trying to keep track of like CSing so meticulously.
Right.
Dude, I understand that feel. It's tough to shot call and farm and trade and do all that shit at the same time. I feel you on that.
So, anyone have? There's a question actually for Eric in the chat.
Yep.
Someone asked why you did not ban the Malzahar the second game.
I think it was just a case where like there was too many things that we wanted to ban, and I was trying to. Obviously, hindsight 2020. If we ban him off the Malzahar, get him on something else that doesn't just have that constant shove potential, then maybe it opens up a chance for me to roam and do something because a lot of the mid laners I do play are good roamers, like the Vlad and the Corki and that. But I don't know. Like I didn't really want the Echo again, and we actually were 100% planning on playing Callista. I was so surprised you guys banned her. But like that was going into it. We were like, let's do it. Let's pull out a pocket pick. Let's pull out all the stops. And so we banned the Vi because we didn't want you to have that just straight point and click and just say, nope, you don't get to be Callista. What were other bans?
I don't know.
I don't even remember.
I don't remember. I'd have to check the match history.
So I know the Echo we just didn't want to play against, and the other thing, the Vi. Oh, and Caitlyn. Wasn't it? No, we banned Caitlyn 5th. I don't even remember what our other ban was.
The second, I'll check the
Oh,
second
it was
game
Lucian.
right now.
It was Lucian. It was Lucian, and it was
Yeah, it was
because like we knew we weren't going to play at that game, and we knew there was a chance they'd first pick it if it was open, so that Sal could play it. So, I mean, it was just kind of a like that was the route we went with it. Maybe we should have, but hindsight 2020.
And I saw y'all ban the Kazakhs. That was really
I saw
interesting.
that. I saw it on your main. I was like, ooh, 22-6. And we talked about it. And we were like, we'd probably rather not, but maybe it would have been better because Kazakhs can't get as fucking outrageously tanky as the crap you played tonight. So
yeah, and I just want to like give everyone like something to look forward to. Our top laner is actually coming back, so we're not gonna have subs for the rest of the season. So we're actually gonna have like our complete team.
and it is the one and only Sebastian.
Yeah, that is something to look forward to. In addition,
let your memes be dreams when he gets pentaban.
The one person who will see a pentaban this entire split. But yeah, I mean,
I wanted to give a shout out to Caleb. I thought Caleb played really nice today. Our top laner.
yes.
He was playing really well. And we were laughing like when we got to 7 minutes into the second game, and we had 3 kills combined in both of those games so far, and all of them were just solo kills by him. We're like, yep, okay, cool.
Yeah, I also want to thank our top laner. He joined us like we've only had a couple practices, but he's like really like shown up well for us, and we're just like really appreciative for Ben.
I'm glad that worked out for you guys.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool.
So,
Any final questions for anyone? Or
I got nothing. Elliot, you got anything?
I got 2 questions, but
ooh.
Ooh.
do you guys see these role changes being permanent, or do you think it's going to go back to the original?
I see this being pretty permanent because this game was like much more just much easier than like the past 2 weeks. We had much less trouble. We've had much less. Okay, let's like focus on this lane and not this lane. No, all the lanes were like, except for top mainly because like it was like easier for me to gank like with the Malzahar, but I felt like all our lanes were like keeping their own and like were able to produce mid to late game. So I see this being something we're gonna stick with and moving forward.
Awesome. Aaron?
Oh yeah, we think so. I don't know. We're kind of in the mode of like we're having some fun with it, trying some stuff. I thought Caleb played really well tonight, and I think that's some incentive to maybe stick with that if it works. I do know like he plays some top lane, but like what we've been practicing on most is with him in the mid lane. So who knows? It's hard to tell with us, to be honest.
All right. Elliot, what was your other question? Elliot?
It was the same question twice.
Oh, okay.
I'm just curious to see if teams are going to continue banning Echo now that I've moved into the jungle.
I mean, after that game, I would be surprised if they didn't.
I get him once.
Yeah, it's like my Zaya game against you guys. It's like I get it once and then I never see it again the rest of the split. But yeah, so Chris, you got nothing else?
No, I had nothing else. So
I got nothing either. So that's gonna do it for week 4. We don't have any of the week 5 matches scheduled yet, but stay tuned to the Facebook group or in the channel description. We will have the week 5 schedule posted soon. But until then, I've been Jirachi with Sivan and formerly Greg, and now you're Eruyan.
It looks like JR has a question for me.
Oh no.
Oh gosh.
Warwick is the best champion in the game.
Oh my lord.
It is not fun if they don't run. And no, I don't enjoy bestiality.
Again, for everyone that's been casting. Good night, guys.
Right.